The first thing that we talked about in section 1.4 was evaluating absolute value expressions. Now remember, evaluate just means to take numbers and plug them in for the variables, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So right here on the first one we have the absolute value. Remember, those two bars are absolute value. So the absolute value of 2b plus 4. So all we got to do is take whatever b equals and plug it in and then work it out. So let's take a look at it. We have the absolute value of 2b. So b is -8 and then plus 4. So then we start with our order of operations. So we're going to do our multiplication first. So 2 times -8 would be -16, and then plus 4. And then we do -16 plus 4, and we get the absolute value of -12. Now that we've worked everything inside the absolute value, at the very end we take the absolute value. Remember, absolute values make everything inside of them positive. So we have a -12 inside the absolute value bars. So when we take the absolute value of -12, it will come out as a positive 12. All right, let's look at the second one. We have the absolute value of 2b minus 1, and then minus the absolute value of -8b plus 5. So let's plug in all of our numbers first. So absolute value of 2b, so b is -8 again, minus 1, close that, and then minus the absolute value of -8 times b, which is -8, and then plus 5, and then close that. So we're going to work each one of these absolute values out first, take the absolute value, and then at the very end subtract them. So let's look at the first one. 2 times -8, that would be -16 again, and then -16 minus 1 would give us -17. So on the first one we get the absolute value of -17. Then minus the absolute value. In the second one we have -8 times -8, that will give us a positive 64, and then 64 plus 5 is 69. So in the second one we get the absolute value of 69. So we take the absolute value of both of these. The absolute value of -17 would be a positive 17, and then minus the absolute value of 69, which would be a positive 69. So to finish it off, we just say 17 minus 69, and we get -52. So that's how you evaluate absolute value expressions. Next up, we'll look at solving absolute values.